So the entry list for Roland Garros has been released for the men's side of things, and there's some interesting names there that are sort of the unseeded dangerous players at this stage. Of course, the seedings haven't been set. That'll be set the week before the French Open, but let's have a look at actually who made the entry list and also who is not on the list. Over on the men's side of things, of course, Sinner, Alcaraz, Zverev, and Fritz are the top 4 seeds, or at least the top 4 in the rankings. And as I mentioned, the seeds could change closer to the date, but some of the players that are a bit lower ranked that have made the cut, of course, Fonseca, he's made the cut. He won't have to play qualifiers like he did in the Australian Open. Leonard also won't have to play the qualies of this tournament. He'll make the main draw and has made the cut. Nishikori's also made the cut. He'll be playing in the main draw of this one. Riley Opelka, of course, coming in with a protected ranking. He'll be at the French Open as well and not have to play through the qualies. But I guess the big one missing from this list is Nick Kyrgios. He won't be going to the French Open. Of course, he's not scheduled to play any clay court events so far, so he has a protected ranking and he could have used that to play the French Open, but he is not on the list. So he's obviously opted out to the French Open unless he wants to get a last-minute wildcard potentially. But yeah, no Nick Kyrgios, which is a little bit of a shame. So I guess we'll wait until we see the grass courts before Kyrgios comes back again. So there you have it. That is the entry list for the men. And of course, there's a lot of players on that list that we could go through, but those are sort of the main ones, I guess, that we should keep an eye on. But Nick Kyrgios, he is not on the list, which is very strange. But then again, maybe not so strange because he doesn't usually play the French Open and he'll be gearing up for Wimbledon and to try and get another final there maybe, and maybe with some grass court tournaments beforehand while everyone else is practicing on the clay. He might be able to get some grass court form, but let me know in the comments below. Who's your early pick for the French Open? Or maybe who is one of the scary players that are maybe the dark horses to win this tournament? Because the French Open this year, it kind of feels a little bit open. Of course, Alcaraz being the favorite. Sinner's going to come back and play, of course. But then who else is there that's going to test those kind of guys? But there it is. The entry list for Roland Garros starts in 6 weeks.